So, I'd like to start by casting your minds back to 1455, if you would. Okay, we're all in that space. This thing happened. Now, in just doing my final prep yesterday, I looked at a little video clip on this. This is, in fact, of course, I'm sure most of you will know, the Gutenberg Bible. So the first document printed with moving parts, because you could sort of hammer them on, in the West, because the Chinese, of course, are already many centuries ahead. But in the West, this document was produced. And there were a couple of academics there saying that they think that this is the most disruptive technological event of all time. Because prior to this, if you wanted to read Homer's Iliad, you probably actually had to travel somewhere to go and read it in a library or a cathedral or whatever. So, momentous event. So there we are. We went from about 30,000 books to somewhere north of 10 million within 15 years, which is, I guess, what you'd expect. It means Gutenberg had built a pretty robust printing press, which was then replicable, and so there are a lot more books available, which is a great thing. What people probably didn't anticipate out of that was a whole bunch of other things. So it meant that fewer books were written in Latin. So remember that when we were in 1455, unless you were a scholar or a priest, you didn't really have access to these books. You know, power resting in knowledge was very tightly concentrated in a few males who spoke Latin and code and stuff and could control the world. So all of these things then started to happen. So instantly when I look at this, a couple of things I notice. You look right in the middle there, standardization of spelling and development of formal grammar. Quality. So all of a sudden we have some quality standards being introduced around books. But possibly more importantly, well certainly more importantly at the time, the whole notion of this democratization of knowledge, the spread of knowledge, and in particular, of course, this bottom one, wider access of knowledge for women and the poor. So two things, quality aspects of what was going on here, but also massive cultural and social change that started to be engendered out of all of this stuff, and we roll forward 500 and 600 years and you can sort of get a sense of that. So let's look at a few other examples of disruptive technology. The wheel, going way back, electricity, fixed telephony, internal combustion engine, radio, TV, and then colour TV, mobiles, digital photography, and arguably, I mean, I can sort of get the point about Gutenberg's Bible, but actually, in the printing press, but I actually think the internet is probably the most disruptive technology in human history.